I Want to Be a Cowboy by Liza Alexander, illustrated by Joe Ewers. Hi, my name is Emil. Do you like cowboys and cowgirls? I do. My friend Clementine is a cowgirl. Sometimes she visited from out west. When the rodeo came to Sesame Street, she took me to see it. In the rodeo, the cowboys and cowgirls showed off all their tricks. First, the cowboys and cowgirls rode horses around and around a big ring. The horses looked very proud. Each rodeo rider carried a big, bright flag. This is the prettiest sight I ever did see, said Clementine. After the parade, we all clapped it. Then we heard an announcer on the loudspeaker. He said, "Let's rodeo!" Just then, a horse with a furry blue rider came springing out of the chute into the rain. The cowboy held on tightly. The horse bucked back and forth, jumping and kicking. The crowd cheered it, "Ride 'em, cowboy!" So I cheered it, "Ride 'em, cowboy!" too. It seemed like the furry blue cowboy held on forever, but in the end, the horse tossed him. Thunk! He fell to the ground. That evening is called bareback bronco riding, said Clementine. Look, Elmo, the cowboy wasn't even sitting on a saddle. The cowboy wasn't hurt a bit. He jumped it right up and brushed it himself off. He was proud that he had stayed on the Broncos for so long. The cowboy threw his hat high up in the air and yelled, "Yahoo!" I yelled it, "Yahoo!" too. The entire crowd clapped it and hollered. We were all excited for the brave and furry blue cowboy. Then the rodeo clown did flips and poked fun at everybody and made us laugh and laughed. Next, a cowgirl with braids came out on her horse. She chased it after a calf. Now watch while she lassos the little critter, said Clementine. That rope she's swinging, it's called a lariat. That away. I yelled, "Go! Go!" After she lassoed the calf, the cowgirl jumped it off her horse. Clementine said it was a race to see how fast the cowgirl could tie up the calf. As soon as the race was over, the calf was untied and it ran away. Then Clementine went off to get ready to ride in the rodeo herself. The announcer called out, "Hold on to your 10-gallon hats, folks. This next event is the best in the West. Y'all get primed. It's barrel racing time." Clementine and her pony galloped full speed into the rain. She zoomed it around the barrels, her curly hair bouncing boopity booped beneath her hat. She was trying to be the fastest. "Yay!" yelled the crowd, and I yelled, "Yay!" too, to help Clementine win. And she did. After that barrel race, Clementine took me back to the corral where the horses and cows were kept. All the rodeo riders were there too. "Howdy, folks," said Clementine. "I'd like y'all to make the acquaintance of my littlest partner, Elmo. How do you do, young Elmo? Said the furry blue cowboy. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Marshall Grover. Howdy, little fella, said the cowgirl with braids. I'm Rodeo Rosie, and I'm right pleased to meet you. I shook hands and said hi. Then I asked Rodeo Rosie, what do cowgirls do when they're not riding in the rodeo? We work on big ranches called spreads, said Rodeo Rosie. We take care of huge herds of cows. Yes, sirree, said Marshall Grover. We make sure the herds are well fed all at I mean, we make sure the herds are well fed at all times. In the summertime, we keep the cows moving so they have plenty of grass to eat and lots of fresh water to drink. Cows, I said. I love cows. Funny thing, said Clementine. So do we. We watch out for the critters all year long. In the wintertime, when grass is scarce, we drop hay from helicopters so the cows won't go hungry. When it is cold and snowy, Marshall Grover added, we break the ice on frozen water holes so the thirsty cows can get a drink. Yep, said Rodeo Rosie. We work outdoors even when the weather's none too nice. But we're okay because we've got our gear to protect us. Take my hat for instance. For instance, the wide brim keeps the sun, rain, and snow out of my eyes. Out of my eyes. A hat also makes a right fine pillow, added Clementine. A hat is also a super water scooper, said Marshall Grover. That is why big ones like mine are called 10-gallon hats. That's our life, and it's sweet, said Rodeo Rosie. But now it's time for us to be packing up and moistening on down the road. But I said, please wait, I have one more question. Then I asked Rodeo Rosie, why are your boots so pointy? That's so my feet slide smoothly into the stirrups when I hop into my saddle. Rodeo Rosie climbed onto her horse. Once I'm in the saddle, the high heels on the boots hold my feet in the stirrups. That way I don't fall off. Cowboy hat, cowboy boots, I shouted. May I try yours on, Marshall Grover? Then Clementine lifted me up into the saddle of her horse. Young fellow, you look right dandy, said Rodeo Rosie. That's good, I said, because when I grow up, I want to be a cowboy. Yahoo! The end.